Yeah, hi, Steve Gale here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set up a DMZ interface for OPNsense, which is running in Proxmox. So the VM's shut down at the moment. So I'm going to go to um, Data Center View and here and go to Network. And you can see here I've got VMBR0, which is attached to ENS F160, which is, sorry, ENS 1F0, which is the one of the Ethernet ports on the Proxmox server. That's VMBR0. And VMBR0 I'm associated with the WAN interface. So I've created VMBR1, which is not associated with any external interface, but it's Linux bridge that I'm going to use for the inside network. And I'm going to create a new one, which is Linux bridge and VMBR2. And I'll call this the OPNsense DMZ, and I'm just going to create that. Yep, and VMBR1, and I'll edit this one, and I'll just put the comment open. Oops. OPNsense OPNsense internal LAN. So you can see here the new I've created, it's not active. So I need to, and this is the configuration here, the changes. So auto VMBR2, and so I want to apply this. So I will apply configuration and say yes. And now my VMBR2 is active. So if I go over to OPNsense and I go to hardware, you can see here I've got network device net0, which is my VMBR0. And I've got my network device net1, which has got bridge VMBR0. It should be VMBR1. Anyway, so I'll just check that. So I'm going to add one, add network device, and I'm going to make this one VMBR2, and I'm going to use paravirtualized IO and add. You can see that's VMBR2, but I'm going to edit this one, and I'm going to make this, that should be VMBR1 for OPNsense internal LAN. Hit OK. So I've got three networks. I've got net0, net1, and net2. One's VMBR0, which is going to the Ethernet interface on the Proxmox, and I've got these two other internal nets which aren't connected to anything. So now I'm going to start up OPNsense. So I'll start it up, and I'll go and have a look at the console, and it's going to fire up. And hopefully, what I'll do is I'll go and reconfigure it to use those networks. I'll just let it fire up. So you can see EM0's come up. Okay, so my WAN's connected to EM0. My LAN's connected to virtual net 0, and that's the internal. So now what I want to do is I want to log in and I want to configure the interface for the DMZ. So I'll just log in and I'll go to assign interfaces, and I'll say no to that and no to that. So just looking back here, the WAN interface is EM0. The LAN interface is VTNet 0. And the optional interface is VTNet 1. And I'm finished. And do you want to proceed? Yes. So now it looks like that's all happening okay. So now what I need to do is I need to put my I need to put a client on VTNet 0 so that I can get in and configure my my DMZ interface on VTNet 1. So what I'll do is I'll just grab a server VM. So let's go and have a look at the folder view and go to storage and go to local storage and ISO images. And I want to upload an ISO image of a client that I can use for my to configure my OPNsense. So I might as well use a Windows server. So I'll just upload and select a file and go and grab a Windows Server ISO. Open that and upload. It'll take a little while. Okay, that's just finished. So I'll close that. And now if I do a refresh on that, I've got my Windows ISO. So let's go and create a new VM. So I'll just go to server view and in here and create VM. And I'll call this SG Win server. And next. And I'll go and grab the ISO. Guest operating system is Windows. And 11/22/2025. And next. And we need to specify file storage and TPM storage. And then we go to disks. Yeah, well, let's make it 50 gig. CPU, yeah, we'll just use default for the moment. Memory, yeah, that'll be fine. Network. So I don't want a VMBR 0. I actually want on the internal network of my OPNsense. So I'm going to put it on VMBR1 and leave that into E1000 and then finish. And then I will start the install. Oops, shut it down. And we'll try that again. Okay, we're off and going this time. Press any key sounds like a good idea. So I want to go to English Australian. And next. And install now. And we'll go through the install process. So we're going to use the desktop experience, obviously, and we'll just do a standard. I guess we might as well do a data center desktop. Accept the agreement. Do a custom. Do the 50 gig. And it'll start copying the files. Okay, so we have our Windows server installed. So I'm going to pop this out and go down to here and send Control-Alt-Delete and log in. To my Windows server. So we've logged in, so let's make it full screen here and start up Edge. Let's wait for Edge to get started. Actually, while waiting for Edge, let's just bring up a command prompt. And I'll just pin this. And pin Edge as well. And I just want to do a IP config. And you can see here I've got an IP address 192.168.1.100. And my default gateway is 192.168.1.1. Now, the reason for that is because I'm attached to the internal network of OPNsense. So I should be able to then confirm and then go into here. Won't be able to get to there. On 192.168.1.1 and advanced, continue, and log in as root and log into OPNsense. And you can see that I'm in OPNsense now. So the next thing I need to do is to add my my DMZ interface. So I'm going to go. We'll go through the system wizard. So we'll just go through this. Primary DNS server. I'll leave that as it is. Next. Change this to Australia, Melbourne. Next. WAN interface DHCP. Yep. Yep, we'll leave that as it is. And next. LAN interface. Yep, leave that as it is. Leave the root password and click reload. Nothing should change. And continue to the dashboard. So now we want to do the DMZ interface. So let's go to interfaces and assignments. And you can see here we've got our interface assignments. So we've got EM0 for our WAN, BTnet 0 for our LAN, and then opt for opt1. So we're going to select this link. Going to make sure this is enabled. And then we're going to, for our description, we'll put DMZ in here. For IPv4 configuration type, we'll make that static IPv4. And then we'll scroll down to IP4 address and make this 192.168.50.1. And we'll make that a /24. And save that. And apply the changes. And we'll just go to firewall and go to rules and DMZ. And we want to add action and pass, interface DMZ, direction in, IPv4, protocol any, source any, destination any, destination port range, any, and we'll go, we'll log packets and then save. and apply the changes. And I think we're pretty well done with our configuration for OPNsense for the time being. Well, the other thing we want to do is, just before we stop, is we want to just make this smaller now, is we want to go back to this server here, and we might just log into this server here. And we want to put this server into the DMZ. So let's shut it down. And let's go and look at our hardware. And let's look at our network connections. So network device. So I want to edit the network device. Now, instead of setting it connected to the main bridge, let's connect it to our OPNsense DMZ, which is VMBR2. Hit OK. And let's start him up. Now, and go to the console. And we want to go in and we want to reconfigure the IP address. Of the server. So you're going to log in. And I'm just going to go cat / etc. / netplan / 99_99 config.yaml. Let's just full screen. Oops. And just cat 50 dash zero. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to modify our network configuration for a static IP and default gateway. So let's go and have a look at that. So let's sudo nano actually before we change it, let's copy So what we want to do is we want to change this NS18 instead of DHCP4 is true. We want to make this addresses and so we'll make that 5100 and then we'll make a gateway 4. And then name servers. We'll just go up here. And put that there. Yes. And do a reboot. And with a bit of luck, we'll be sitting, our server will be sitting in a DMZ. And just IP address. You can see we've got an IP address of 50.100. And we can ping 50.1. And we'll see if we can pick Google DNS. Yep, and we're all good. So now we've got our server sitting in our DMZ now. So now if we go back to our Windows machine here, we should be able to, from a command prompt, have a look. SSH into 192.168.50.100. And we'll say yes to that. And let's Control-C out of that. Try again. SSH Steve at 192.168.50.100. And my password. And we're all in. So it looks like we've got our Windows server in our internal network and our Ubuntu server in our DMZ, and everything seems to be functioning okay. Let's exit out of that, and let's just try make sure I've got internet connectivity, and we do. So all is done. Thanks very much for watching.